the first week of Orillium. I have already finished one book on my Orillium TBR, which was A Dowry of Blood, which was for my shape-shifting class, I believe. It was the only book I needed to read for shape-shifting. So I already have one class down for Orillium, which is good. Kaylin is so far doing really well with her classes, and I managed to read A Dowry of Blood in one day. So the way I think of it is that Kaylin, when taking her exam for shape-shifting, was like able to very quickly, like she studied for that exam. She definitely knew what she was doing, and so she like aced it and just got it done the fastest out of anybody else in her class. So that's good, because Kaylin really struggled for a long time with Orillium Academy so far. Like she's kind of had a rough time of it. It also was to complete a prompt for the alchemy storyline thing that was from last semester, which I didn't end up doing because I wasn't able to at the time. And alchemy is not even a class that she's really taking this semester, nor is demonology, which is the class that there's a storyline with for this semester. But she kind of just bumped into the professor at one point and was kind of like, what's going on? And he kind of just randomly enlisted her in helping with whatever it is that he's got. So read through the first book that I needed to for that. I have 3 more for that one, and we're just going to kind of keep rocking and rolling. Right now, I'm working on the second book I need to for Orillium, which is The Hating Game. It is a reread for me. I don't remember what the prompt was for this one, though, so I'm going to have to look that up when I get home. Yeah, so far, my reading is going pretty well, considering I read an entire book in one day without really meaning to or realizing that I was doing that. So I think The Hating Game will probably get done today as well, because it's a very quick audiobook. I fly through this book every single time I read it. So I think we're going to be really good. If this is the way that things are going to be for my TBRs, for all the readathons I'm doing in August, you know, I'm going to be pretty happy with how like this month's going to go, because if I can finish 2 books in 2 days, like I think that spells some pretty good things for how the rest of the month's going to go for me. So I'm not mad about it, but I am on my lunch and I'm almost home, so I'm gonna go take the dogs out. I'm gonna listen to a little bit of The Hating Game on my way back. Then tonight I do have some work things I need to do in terms of like my side businesses that I've picked up, which if you haven't really known about that, I did basically decide to do 3 other side jobs that I'm kind of just really started within the last like week, so they haven't really built much traction as of yet. But I am offering tarot and oracle reading services right now, which I will leave the link for that down in the description, because I think that that would be really you know, a good place for you guys if you want to get a reading from me to find it. It's going to basically link to a Google form to sign up for an appointment with me, which will be over FaceTime or some kind of like recorded call, just because it's easier for me, especially with people that I am not local to, stuff like that. So that just makes it easier for me and a little bit safer for me as well. And then I also have basically some audiobook narration stuff that I'm doing that I decided to do because I feel like I've always been good to do like audiobook narration, and I finally just decided to take the plunge with it. And then I also am creating planners that I'm going to be selling on Etsy once they're finished up. I probably will get one posted on Etsy, my very first one, here in the next couple of weeks, and then I'm going to be working on getting smaller condensed planners built off of what I did for my comprehensive one that's going to have a lot of different things in it, like budget stuff, witchy stuff, cleaning, you know, reading, content creation. Like it's going to have a lot of stuff that like I typically will use. And so like if you're very specifically like looking for that kind of a comprehensive planner, then definitely let me know, because I would love to, you know, send that over to you guys, you know, if you're interested in it. But anyway, so I am going to go, and I will see you guys when I've completed The Hating Game and get started with my next read for this week. Well, I ultimately failed at keeping you guys updated in this vlog. I apologize. I'll try to be better about it next week, but in all honesty, there wasn't really much else to update on except for the fact that I did complete the hating game here a couple days ago, and that did complete one of the other prompts I needed for the alchemy storyline thing that there was. So that was really the only thing that one counted for, and I didn't want to like go too much into that. And then I've been working on and will be finishing today From Bad to Curse by Lana Harper. This is the second book in the Thistle Grove series, and is following a set of characters we met briefly in Payback's a Witch. It's not as good, I think, for me as Payback's a Witch was. I find the romance between the two characters a little forced. A lot of it happens after like a drunken night, which fair, you know, that tends to be the case for a lot of things, but I don't know, just something about their relationship. I don't feel like I quite fully understand the whole thing. Like, there's a lot of obviously hate to love stuff going on in here, but it's just not as good, I think, as the last book, because the last book was literally about getting revenge and finding love along the way. So that was a little bit more fun in my mind than this one. This one's kind of your standard hate to love kind of relationship. So just not as good. It's not as a good hate to love romance as like the hating game, for instance. Like, there is nothing that is going to top that for me. But yeah, so that is gonna be it for this week's vlog. My hope is that with going into next week, I'll be able to get through more of my actual classes for Kaylin. Kaylin is just really focused right now on the stuff with the alchemy professor, because that's kind of really piqued her interest. And while she doesn't work with him in particular right now, he's kind of drawn her attention. So we're kind of going on that. So let me know what you guys ended up reading in this week. How did you do? Did you participate in Orillium? Are you participating in anything else going on this week? I know that the Full Moon Readathon is still going on next week, so I will be reading things and seeing if I can fit it in other prompts with that. But I don't know. It's gonna really depend on what's going on with that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. If you guys did enjoy it, please do give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you'd like to be and would like to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that button down below and subscribe to become an owlet in our flock. And I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.